Hey team, welcome to tonight's Tuesday night team training, aka TNT. Dave and Christy here coming in from Colorado, and we have a very special guest from corporate on with us tonight. So you get to hear a different voice and different story. But real quick, so Victor you'll have to tell us where you are, Victor, but we've got this activation tour going on. And it just made me realize maybe a lot of you new teamies don't know about the Big Blue Calendar. So the Big Blue Calendar is a calendar that like corporate uses and I don't know, Lindy, if you could put the link in the chat, but so any corporate event going on across the country, it'll be in the Big Blue Calendar, and it's easy to look up what's going on just by state. And then a lot of like local teams, when they do bigger events, will also put that in the Big Blue Calendar. So like I'm going to be in Nebraska. So who do you know in Nebraska next week, Tuesday and Wednesday? Definitely you want to invite your people. I mean, Doc, I didn't even think of that people I don't know, do we have a tour in South Carolina?
No, I
No?
already checked. I already checked the Carolinas. So that's something we can grow towards is having something in the Carolinas. I checked both north and south, and so far on this tour there's not. So maybe we can change that before
Hey,
the
let's
summer.
change that for sure.
Super.
I'd love
Let's
to go to the
change
Carolinas.
it. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to bring on Victor, our sales manager, and just a little bit about him. So he has network marketing experience. He was raised in the industry, which is so cool when, we've got a corporate person that knows what we go through on a day-to-day basis in this business. So cool. And I have not heard your full story, Victor, so I'm super excited to hear that. And then, he's managed and overseen teams in different capacities and helped run international markets in multiple regions around the globe. And he continues to find success in maintaining a strong relationship with our top field leadership and identifying new ways to better serve their needs. So he works for us, which is amazing. And I've had a couple great conversations with you, Victor, and just excited to learn more about you. And so I'm just going to throw it out to you.
Awesome. No, thank you so much for having me on. Thank you, Lindy, for plugging in Big Blue Calendar. Got that in the chat. Yeah, I'm actually out in Indiana right now. So we have an event tomorrow with Erica Dale and Amber White here locally in Indianapolis. So I'm here for tonight. And then tomorrow we also have Dr. Nancy Bryan in town with us. So she's here. And then we're also flying out to Texas, so Corpus Christi on Thursday. So I'll be there Thursday with Kaylin Perez and some of the locals that we have. Dr. Nancy Bryan's going to be traveling with me, going out there doing an event with us. A lot of medical professionals and local gym owners, people in the area that need LifeVantage, and they need to learn about really what we bring to the table, which is massive opportunity for so many people. So like Christy had said, grateful to be here. Have about going on 14 years in the industry. Spent 10 of those years at my first company and managed everything from, I mean, worked my way up. I started as a customer service agent and then went on to run and manage our Southeast Asia markets, Greater China. I've been all over Asia, which I absolutely fell in love with when I started traveling over there. Definite culture shock for someone that's only been to like Cabo and and different parts of the U.S. But no, I honestly fell in love with it, and just being able to serve in that capacity and traveling the world with my first company, it hooked me. But even prior to that, backdating really where I got started or where I got introduced to network marketing, definitely grew up in it and grew up around it. And Christy kind of mentioned this briefly, but um, really the first introduction to network marketing was actually my mom. So this was back in like early 2000s. We were in government housing, Section 8. I mean, she had not graduated high school. She had me when she was like 16. And then soon after, a couple years after, had my younger sister. So she had two kids. I think she was 24 at the time, and we were just trying to figure it out. She was a single mom with not a whole lot of perspective opportunities out there, at least in her mind, that she was qualified for, and really felt that she deserved in terms of being able to step into something. Definitely felt less than, but one thing that really changed her world was network marketing. Because at the ripe old age of 24 years old with two kids in government housing, someone had enough time, effort, and care to reach out and offer the opportunity to her, which I love because today, and again, this is not like a new story. I hear this all over the place, and over the years of traveling and meeting with members and different companies as well. Like it's such a gift that we have in network marketing. Yeah, absolutely love that Christy just posted that because it is a gift, and I've seen it over and over again what the opportunity can do, but being a product of that, like just seeing how it changed our family's life and trajectory. I mean, I've told this story before, I think, for some that are on here, but I remember her first checks coming in and it was like we hit the lotto. Like she had a couple $100 that she brought in from getting her first couple enrollments. And it was like, all right, we're going to Sizzler, steak and all you can eat shrimp. You guys get the salad bar, you get a drink, like whatever you want. And that was like our Ruth's Chris, if you could have asked us back in the day. Like that was massive for us. But even more than that, like it put clothes on our backs for school. It helped us buy groceries for our house. It helped put Christmas presents under our tree so we didn't have the community bringing in our Christmas every year. I mean, just the opportunity that a couple $100, honestly, really when it boils down to it, $500 a month. I know we talk about that a lot. And it's for a reason. There's so many people out there that could use an extra $500 a month to help with. We're in a crazy economy right now. I know it's starting to get better for some, but that's honestly the best time to actually share the opportunities in a down recession. People need it, right? Everybody's looking for this the micro gig economy that's popped up and all these different outlets of side hustles. And where else can you find a company that you can start for yourself and a business that you can start for a couple $100 that all it takes, and this was my mom's superpower and what she figured out really quickly, is being able to connect, right? Being able to identify what is a need that this person has. How can I fill that need with a solution that really fits them and their family? And and again, the substance that comes from that, and being able to actually fulfill a gap in someone's life simply by connecting, right? And caring about their cares. And that's what she found, right? Like she cared about their cares more than even our circumstances that we were in, right? Because she knew if she helped enough people, she was going to get exactly where she needed to be, and she did. Um, so it's crazy though to me, and again, I know the topic was kind of broad in terms of the history, the evolution of network marketing. Um, but it's crazy when you really look back at it, right? And going back all the way back to like Amway days. I think they started in like 1959. And do you guys know how they started? Anybody in the chat? Anybody on the call? Funny enough, it was women that were going and selling their products door to door, which at the time was soap, while their husbands were away overseas, right? Not a shocker to me. Women are phenomenal in this industry, fellas. You guys are great too. But women being able to connect and have that EQ, I think, and more of that nurturing spirit of being able to identify a need quickly. Um, it was something even back then that people realized, okay, we can really make a great opportunity for so many people just by opening the doors of allowing people to go out and share. And that's never went out of style. Like, I mean, 1959, that was, again, Amway's probably the best known company, or one of the most well-known companies in network marketing that, I mean, they're OGs, right? In their own right. They're super, super seasoned. I've been pitched even today. Like we were in, it was a couple months ago, we were in Home Depot doing some shopping, getting some stuff for our house. And I had a young kid come up to me and he's like, "Hey man, what do you do for work?" I was like, "Oh, well, I work for this company. I'm in network marketing." And he's like, "Oh, really? Well, I'm just with a group of guys that all we're about is personal development. So you should come to our group. We're just going to talk personal development. I have some coaches." And it's the same pitch that they've had for decades. And it just made me laugh. Like I appreciated it. Let him go through his whole pitch. Um, Definitely gave him some kudos and respect because again, being able to walk up to a random stranger in a Home Depot, that's a hard feat. Um, but it honestly just goes to show that the work really in terms of what network marketing really is, which is a business built on relationship capital, it never changes, right? There's so many things that I've seen, even just in the evolution of being in the industry, like the social selling evolution, right? And social media and the influencers that have popped up and being able to do crazy numbers on social media. And even through my last company, I was with my first for 10, consulted for a little while, probably a year and a half in between companies. And then I was with Young Living for the last 4 years. And some of the bigger influencers that I worked with there, they had such a massive issue with retention. And that's across the board, regardless of the company. Retention is always going to be the issue for influencers or social media influencers that are getting started with this business. And why? It's because of the personal human connection and the human touch that's lacking, right? So they'll join and they'll have people join because they're buying them, but then that personal touch that so many people, again, traditionally are building face to face, belly to belly, building a real relationship and rapport with people and trust, really, at the end of the day, is what it builds. That's never going to go out of style and that's never going to change. And it's always a need, regardless of what capacity or style you're building in. That's never going to go away. So I love people that build belly to belly. I know this group primarily builds in person, which is awesome. Um, and again, not a downside to selling on social media, right? I've worked with people that are absolutely crazy successful building that way. But building systems, tools, processes around making sure that they implement or integrate that human touch into it is always a must, or else they're never gonna be successful, and it's a continuous like hamster wheel that you get on. I would have an influencer before she implemented systems in her business, and she was doing like 100 people per month that she was enrolling personally. But she probably had 300 that were falling out the back door every single month, and her business was backsliding. So it again, proof is in the pudding. It goes to show numbers and everything that I've seen, even from I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to data. I love data, love a good Excel spreadsheet, which is weird for a sales guy. I have somewhat of an operations background as well, so it never lies, right? That's what I love is it creates that narrative and the picture that really tells you where do I need to be spending the focus and where am I really needing to sharpen my edge to make sure that I'm firing on all cylinders. And that's what I love too about Christy and talking to Lindy and being able to connect with her. Um, One thing that I've taken away from them and that I've picked up over the years, let your KPIs, so you guys know what those are, key performance indicators, right? Your goals be your GPS, right? Let your KPIs be your GPS. And I've always stuck to that, making sure that all of those KPIs that you guys have in your business, number of conversations that you're having per day or per week or per month, number of enrollments that you guys are shooting for per day, per week, per month, number of people you're developing from an SC1, how many people are you shooting for per month, right? Those key performance indicators that really give you a good edge and really a good picture of, hey, where do I need to spend the focus, right? Where can I sharpen my edge? Where do I really need to start doubling down to make sure that I'm performing in all the right areas just to create sustainability for the long term, right? Not for the short term, not for today. I can go and get 100 enrollments, but if I don't have a good onboarding, I don't have a great team like you guys have, a phenomenal community that's built here in this team, but at LifeVantage, my gosh, like it was probably my first couple months that I was able to really fully experience that, and I'm super grateful for it. I started at the end of January and was able to go to a few events before convention, um, and had a growth summit tacked onto that. But being able to see that in person and witness it, like that is such a powerful tool that so many people will latch onto because so many people are looking for community, right? They want those people that have their back, that are in their corner cheering them on. When it's maybe not always the popular thing to do, right? When you're starting a business, I mean, I did life insurance while I was consulting, so I built my own life insurance brokerage. My family was like, "What the hell are you doing? Like, what what are you spending your time on getting involved in getting your license for being a life insurance agent, like running my own brokerage?" But again, wasn't popular in my family. They're like, you guys, you're stepping out of your industry, and um, I put my head down, did that, grinded it out, and did the DMO, right, your daily method of operation that I had for myself, which was getting up, had my dial days. I had to make sure I got my dials in, contacted people, set my appointments, went and met with them in their homes, sat in living rooms. Um, so regardless of what you're doing, making sure that you have those really concrete goals set in place, it's such a massive game changer. And what I've also loved is going back to some of those fundamentals, right? That you can never shake. and some of those DMOs that you guys focus on. Back at my first company, we bought, how many of you guys know Zango or heard of like Zango juice back in the day? Holly, got a couple on here. One of the fastest growing juice companies when they first started and blew up, right? They blew the doors off records in the industry and had all this wild success. We ended up acquiring them at my first company, and I met one of their top leaders that built the company. And it was funny because the story that he shared was really what he did to get started and what he did to stay successful. He would put 10 beans in one pocket, and literally every single day, this was his goal, his KPI that he had of making sure he hit the mark during the day. He would take one bean out and put it in the opposite pocket for every single conversation that he had through the day. And he would literally not go to bed until he moved all of those beans from one pocket to the next. If he had one left, he's going to the gas station and getting gas, even though he's on full, and talking to a random stranger to make sure that he hit his mark for the day. And again, it just re-emphasized and validated like you can never outwork the fundamentals, right? So all of this hype on social media, and again, all of it's, there's a place and a time for it, I think, and a way of integrating it. But you guys will see like automation, the new systems that are coming out, AI, all that's going to do is really free you up to give you more time to do that work, right? It's not going to make you do less work than you're doing now. It's just freeing you up to do more of the right work and simplifying and really streamlining that for you. So something really crucial that I've picked up is you can really can never outwork that, regardless of how simple or the easy button that we want to put on it. I mean, that's like leadership 101. You're always going to have to do the hard work to get ahead. Um, but it's also falling in love with it. Like I loved witnessing and seeing my mom be such an advocate for network marketing growing up because of the opportunity, one, that I saw and it gave us. Um, but two, just the passion that she had for going out and really feeling like she was creating value, sharing with someone else. And we have that in abundance here at LifeVantage. One of the massive pieces on why I even took a look at LifeVantage when this came up was the products. Like there is not a company that I would yoke myself to if it wasn't for them having a sustainable product with a solid track record of success. And we have that. But not only that, like the scientific validation that comes along with that and the millions of dollars that have been put into that by the company, and making sure that we have one, just not a great product to go out and share, but really a peace of mind that you can share it with. Like that is, I mean, check, check, check for all the boxes that I was looking for when it comes to an opportunity in a company that's really going to be around for the long term. It's absolutely phenomenal. I wish I could share everything with you guys that we just got done going through with our FAB, because we just spent the last day, yes, all of yesterday and then some of today with them. But um,
We won't tell.
hey,
We
it's
can all keep
recorded.
a
I can see
secret.
the recording going. Christy, can
Promise, we won't tell a soul.
no, but we have such great things planned to make sure that, and again, when you guys see any of the things that are coming out from corporate, it's really easy to simplify how we have to make decisions at corporate. Um, I may be oversimplifying it possibly, but IQ and EQ, right? So, or sorry, quantitative and qualitative data. So when it comes down to it, like quantitative data, it's by the numbers, right? We're looking at the data, looking at what the numbers are showing us, which having a CFO turned CEO with Steve Fife and a financial steward at the helm, phenomenal place to be. But also someone that has EQ, which is that qualitative data. So those 2 points, quantitative by the numbers, qualitative, that's you guys, right? That's the heartbeat of who we are, which is our leaders at LifeVantage. And having an executive team and a C-suite that I've seen them more involved than any other company than I've ever been in when it comes to the field. Like they're constantly taking phone calls from you guys, from our executive leaders. They're always involved in all of our meetings that we're having with our FAB. But having those two things come together and really have such a harmony, I guess, in between making sure that we have by the numbers what we're doing in our decision making, but also such a great pulse and a heartbeat of who we are and that we're making the right change, or that we're implementing the right incentive or the right promotion or the right discounts. When it comes to the field and having that, it's such a beautiful thing. So a lot of great stuff that you guys are going to see over the next few months. Cannot wait for it to roll out. Um, definitely cannot stress enough, get your 400 in SV. Get your 400 in SV
That a
this
little bit,
month.
Victor. We haven't really we would love for them to hear it from you. Just
Absolutely.
what that means and what it give us some idea what it's all
Just
about.
I
a,
wish I could
just a
tell you.
little nugget,
I
just a
I'm
wish.
little
halfway there,
nugget.
by the way. I'm working on it.
Love it. What I can tell you is it is going to be worth the push. And again, it's the trust, I think, in the partnership when it comes to corporate and the field. That's one thing that is maintained by us delivering consistently, and we have to, or else that's lost. This is going to be something we deliver on. So you're going to want to make sure that you have this check off the box that you guys get your 400 in new sales volume for new customers and consultants for this month, so that it checks off a big box when it comes to what's coming in July. And you guys will definitely want to get ahead of the curve on this to save yourself some time. I wish I could just tell you, but I can't. But just know it's definitely going to be worth it. It's going to save you guys in the long run doing it this month versus waiting for what's coming in July. And you guys are going to thank yourselves come August, whenever, sorry, come July, when everything rolls out. It'll be something that you guys will be glad that you did. So just make sure that you guys get that locked in. Do we have anybody running for the shoes in the chat? And we have a couple qualifiers so far. Awesome, Christy. So that's getting 2 new SE1s April 1st through the month of June. Dave says absolutely. It's probably going to be his shoes that we're ordering. Um, so definitely lock that in. Make sure that you guys are, again, going out, making sure you can find those 2 new people that you can share this opportunity with, and finding the SE1s in your team that you can develop, groom up, make sure that you guys have your next people, because at the end of the day, that's really what's going to sustain you guys is long-term leadership and independent leadership that you guys build. And that's only on the backs of the new people that you bring in, right? One of the things that I'll leave you with is uh, who brought us here isn't who's going to take us there, right? So as much as again we have phenomenal leadership in this company, from our presidentials to our executives to our MCs to our SEs, those people brought us here. But it's if we just closed our doors today and just stuck with those people, that's not going to take us to where we need to go. So it's always going to be built on those new people that are being brought in. So make sure you guys go find them. And we're definitely here to support. Happy to be part of this. Such an incredible company and great opportunity to be yoked to and be tied to. Um, but I wanted to open it up, Christy. Anything else that you wanted me to hit on or cover or questions that you guys had?
No, that was amazing. We hope that you will join us more often to share from corporate side, and loved all the stories that you shared. But yeah, if we have a couple more minutes, if you guys have any questions, then now's your chance. Are you all clear on the 400 in new SV getting it this month to be able to qualify for something special next month, which they're going to announce at the virtual, which is what, the 12th, right, of July? Our
12.
virtual event
And
is-
that 400, just so everyone knows, that 400, Victor, correct me if I'm wrong, that 400 in new SV can be one consultant, 3 consultants. It can be one consultant and 2 customers. It can be all customers. It doesn't have to be just consultants or just customers or, any combination of 400 in new SV will work, right, Victor? Any
Got it. You're
combination.
right. Get in where you
Okay.
fit in. Yep.
Yes.
However
And
that
that
works for
being
you guys.
said, though, that new pack, sorry, I just stepped on
Yeah.
your,
No, you're good.
but
The
that
new
new pack
packs.
that's out, which is what, the speed, fast, quick,
Speed, health pack, and stack. Yep.
high speed health pack, is such a good deal. So if you're
Yeah,
talking, we're
it
talking
is.
to a couple prospects about coming in with that pack. It's a super good deal because it has a free NAD and free hand cream. Does it have a ticket
In
to
fact, was it
no?
that one?
fat
And
burning
the
in it.
starter kit comes with it. That's $50 right there.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
The enrollment part of that pack, there's one for customers too, but the enrollment part includes the starter kit, which is normally $50. So you're getting free NAD, you're getting free hand cream, and the $50 starter kit. So that's like probably close to $100 right there.
Yeah, massive value,
Maybe
and
more. Yeah.
it's 200 SV, right? So you
200
guys,
SV, right?
guys
So
get
two of
two of those.
those. Yeah.
Yep. Only thing to take into consideration is the discount codes. You
Discount
guys
codes.
those.
Yep. Mhm.
But that's really it. So if you guys upsell them, have a couple other products, which usually again comes into play in the conversation where you're identifying what they need. And honestly, it's a great way to prime people to get ready to start MB, right? Being able to prime your body and your cells to get ready for hopping on MB. It's a phenomenal way to fast track that and just get in the right space to have great results and really accelerate those results when they do hop on. So that's another reason why it's been put out.
Absolutely. We love that fat burn. Well, Victor, again, we appreciate you so much. I know you just landed, you're in the hotel room about to go to presentation. So we really appreciate you a lot.
Thank you so much, Victor.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Although you give us any secrets, we still love you.
Come back. Secrets next time.
I want to be here for the long term, you know? Hey, thank you guys for having me on. I hope you guys have a great night. Definitely want to hop on more of these. So appreciate all of
Okay,
you guys.
let's do it. Say hello to the Indiana team.
Okay, we'll do.
Okay.
Thanks.
Guys,
Is Indiana tonight.
don't forget about the big blue calendar.